Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. Hello everyone, this is Rashid Mahmood. I'm one of the experts from Careers Consultancy. And today's video we will talk about the Canadian temporary work permit for 2024. So without any further delays, let's jump into the video. So if I would give you a quick overview of a Canadian temporary work permit 2024, then I would love to say the Canada continues to be a land of opportunities for many foreign nationals who are seeking to advance their careers or gain a valuable work experience. The Canadian temporary work permit is an essential document that allows all the individuals from around the world to work in Canada for a specific period. And this comprehensive guide covers almost everything you need to know about the Canadian temporary work permit, including eligibility, requirements, required documents, and the application process. Well, first of all, I would like to talk what kind of work permits are, or I would say the types of work permit. So here, the Canada offers two primary types of work permits, and let me tell you one thing: it has been introduced first time in the history. It was never before, like 2 years work permit. So first is employer specific work permit, and second is open work permit. So let me explain you first what is employer specific work permit is. Well, this type of work permit is tied to specific employer and include details about the employer, the duration of the employment, and the location of the work. And the very essential thing is that you cannot work for any other employer with this permit. Second, which is open work permit, and this permit allows you to work for any employer in Canada. However, it may come with certain restrictions based on applicant's profile and specific conditions. The second most important things I would like to explain in this video is benefits of the temporary work permit. Well, you all know, or the most of foreigners knows, that the foreigner works who wish in Canada for a short period can apply for the temporary work permit. This permit not only allows you to gain international work experience, but can also enhance your career prospects. So additionally, it opens the doors for future opportunities within Canada, including potential pathways towards the permanent residency. So the next thing I would like to talk about is eligibility criteria for a Canadian temporary work permit. To apply for a temporary work permit in Canada, you must meet certain eligibility criteria, and these criteria are your age requirement. You must be at least 18 years old to apply for this work permit, and second, it's intent to leave. You must demonstrate your intention to leave Canada once your permit is complete or expires. And eligible employer, that is the main key in this type of work permit. And you must have a job offer from an eligible employer in Canada, and you must have a clean record, like you never been involved in any criminal activity in your homeland, and there are some health requirements and it depending on the job and the region, and you may need to undergo a medical examination to prove that like you are in a good condition. The required documents for a Canadian temporary work permit. If you're going to apply the temporary work permit, you will need to gather and submit several documents. Ensuring that all documents are valid and accurate is critical to avoid all the delays and rejection in this process. And let me tell you the key documents. And the documents includes like it's called LIMIA. That's a bit different from Lima. That's the short form of Labor Market Impact Assessment. LIMIA is a document which provided by your employer showing that they have a permission to hire a foreign worker, and it's for some certain jobs, not for all kind of the job you need this requirement. You must have to fill your work permit application form, which is IMM 1295. This is the code of that form thing. And you must have a good proof of financial support. And in this section, you need to show that you have enough funds to support yourself and your family, if applicable, during the stay in the Canada. Again, the job letter is also very much necessary, or the word necessary is not a good enough for this. It's the basic element where your work permit would stand. Another thing is proof of your family. Here they have added a new thing. First, you are like, if you are single, and even in some cases when you are married, you need to show just one FRC and an MRC. But now it's essential you have to show two FRCs, one with your siblings and one with your own family, like your wife or if you have a kids. And definitely you have a police clearance certificate which shows that you do not have a criminal record. And here is another basic question, which is like the process of applying that temporary Canadian work permit 2024. For applying of this Canadian temporary work permit can be done online via the Immigration, Refugees and Citizenships Canada, which is IRCC website, or by visiting the nearest visa center if you have any kind of facility. And like if you want to do it by yourself, you can do it, but we can help you in our career offices. But again, allow me to explain you like how can you apply and what kind of things you need while you applying. First of all, you have to complete the application form, which is IM 1295, and make sure to choose the type of work permit that best suits your work conditions in Canada. And what you should do is collect all the necessary documents and list it in your like the document list, and ensure that each document is valid and correctly filled out. And you have to pay the application fees, which is only 155 Canadian dollars. And if you are applying for an open work permit, that is an additional fees of 100 Canadian dollars. You must have to pay the biometric fees as well, which is roughly $85. Then you have to submit your application when it's complete, and with the completed application from along with all required documents and payment receipt to the IRCC, what you have to do is just wait for the approval. And how it is? Well, the processing time for a temporary work permit is typical around 90 days. However, this can vary based on the volume of the application and any other factor. And the validity of a Canadian temporary work permit usually ranges from 1 to 2 years, and depending on your specific work condition and the job's requirement. However, a visa officer may issue a work permit based on the validity of your passport or your LIMA, and the work permit will not extend it beyond the duration, and it must be mentioned in your job offer, and its validity is also tied to the program under which you are applying. And if we talk about the flexibility and convenience for employers and employees, then I would say recognizing the need for a foreign workforce in certain sectors, the Canadian government has made work permit policies more flexible. This approach benefits companies which are the struggle to find suitable candidates within the Canada, and helps the foreigner workers obtain the necessary permits more conveniently. And what they have done is they introduce some special programs, and some of them is quite noticeable, which is like caregiver pilot program and carbon tax rebate increase 2024 program, etc., etc. So I would suggest to you, if you are interested, then think about it, because the Canadian temporary work permit is a very, very much valuable, and it's a gateway for a foreign national looking to work in Canada temporarily. And by understanding the eligibility requirements and the gathering the necessary documents and following the application process diligently, you can successfully obtain a work permit and embark on your professional journey in Canada.